Yes, 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 yes. Thank God it's Friday. I tell you, it's Friday here. We are ready. Come on, people, smash the like on the video. I tell you, this is Intercontinental Sports TV. Back again. With this flow, with these vibes, we are ready. I tell you. Intercontinental Sports TV. This is how we do it on every Friday. Now we're talking Friday. We talk sport. It's all about Friday Sport Talk Show. The Dawn in the building, that's what they call me. I'm not always here alone every Friday, you know what I mean? I'm always with my crew, with my fantastic gang. Welcome, first of all, Kunle, onto this show from that great city. You always know I love that city, Oshodi. Wale Kwelu changes that city, that's what I'm talking about. Kunle, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Good evening, the Dawn. Good evening, the Dawn. Yeah, it's really cool in Lagos. It's really cool in Lagos this evening. Yeah, a lot has been happening in the world of sports over the past few days, including football. Including today where Manchester United were fined for FFP breach. Though it was a minor breach. They were just fined £257,000, but £257,000 is still big money though. Because it is. Because I mean, if I have that money, I mean, so it's life changing. But it's still a breach. So and I think it just tells you that clubs need to be careful with how they deal with their finances, especially when it comes to transfers. Otherwise, the FFP Act is going to come and meet you.
I tell you, it's going down this night. We're going to discuss about it tonight. Welcoming fully onto this show. Who's next? I rate is next. All the way from that city called Liverpool. Not Liverpool City. That's Liverpool City. You know what I'm talking about. I'm welcoming Irate onto this show. Irate is ready. It's happy. They are selling to Saudi Arabia. Imagine Henderson in Saudi Arabia. I tell you, Fabio also looking like he's going there. Money to Koju. Plenty money for Liverpool. It's happy days. You're welcome.
It's a lot of money for Henderson. £700,000 a week. I don't think he would have ever dreamt of making that kind of money in his football career. So I'm not surprised if his head is turned about making that move. But yeah, we'll get the money for him and we'll look forward to rebuild the team. Yeah, but anyways, it's good to be here. Good to be on the show.
Yes, you rebuild the team. You buy Jorginho, the likes of Jorginho,
and McTominay.
Welcome, bro. Let me welcome this great woman on transport tonight. She's ready. She's not happy. Manchester United, they are not doing anything at the moment. She's fuming. She's just like, I don't know what is going on with Manchester United. You know what we're about to welcome? That Iron Lady. Margaret, you're in the building. Let's talk football. You're welcome to the show.
Oh yes, the Dawn. Good evening, all the way from great city of Lagos State, Ikorodu, precisely. Well, while others are actually happy that their players they don't need are going to Saudi Arabia and they are cashing in, they are cashing out. Man United are, they are collecting from us the little that Man United have. They are collecting from. We can't even spend at all. And even the 100 million pounds budget for this season already, United have they've spent half of that already by getting Mason Mount. Right now, United can't go for Harry Kane. United can't go for an expensive player. They have to go for a cheaper option. Look at what FFP have actually done to United.
I tell you, it's high time. It's
not
high
a
time.
good deal.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a large protest, and I know Irate doesn't care. Irate likes it like that. All right, don't worry.
They have the Arab money. Arab money.
Arab money, I ain't sure.
All right, Robbie's telling me he's here. It's all the way from Ibadan. Talk to me, Robbie. You're on the show. Let's talk football tonight. Welcome, Robbie.
Yeah, good evening to you, Dudu, and good evening to the guys in the house. It's a beautiful opportunity to be here once again. And since everybody's actually waxing lyrical about what is going on abroad, well, let me actually try and project our local league in a beautiful light because Remo Stars are in the finals of the Super 8. They defeated Lobby Stars by 2-1. And of course, as it is for the second game of today, we have Sporting Lagos against Aqua United, and Sporting Lagos are also defeating. They are defeating Aqua United right now by 2-1 as well. So potentially, the finals we might see might be between Remo Stars and Sporting Lagos, and this is one game that everybody is looking forward to in the country. So it's a very, very, very big one for the league, and of course a very, very big one for the Super 8. So on that note, I say good evening and let us get cracking.
All right, you can hear Robbie like that. He said, "Let us start." He has mentioned what is going on in our league there in Africa, in Nigeria. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful for Remo Stars at the moment. I think next season I'm going to go with Remo Stars or Sporting Lagos. Yes, to be precise. I think I'll be watching out for that. Now let's welcome with this. I tell you guys, it is what it is. We are going to start with a quick debate. I'm going to start with you, Kunle. Kunle, start one, bench one, and sell one. I have Check, I have Ederson, and also talk to me. Van der Sar is also there. What are you saying? What are you talking about? Kunle, talk to me. Kunle, you are live.
Well, for me, I would start Peter Cech because I think Peter Cech he made a name for himself in the Premier League, and I consider him to be the best, to be the best player to be the best goalkeeper that has played in the Premier League. He came in at a very young age, and he made a name for himself. He holds the record for most clean sheets of any goalkeeper in the Premier League. So, and I think, that goes to say a lot about him. So, I would start him. I would bench Edwin van der Sar, another very great goalkeeper who, in his late years, he was very fascinating with Manchester United. They signed him as a 35-year-old or 36-year-old, and in 5 years, the amount of titles and how he was able to make United, one of the best teams in the world. So I would bench him, and I would sell Ederson because I don't think Ederson's level has not even reached what Van der Sar did, because Van der Sar played in Fulham before he moved to Manchester United, and Van der Sar was actually a very good goalkeeper in Fulham, even though they were a smaller team at that time. So I would sell Ederson, start Cech, and bench Van der Sar.
Oh my goodness, you can hear that from Kunle saying he's going to start Cech, he's going to bench Van der Sar, and also sell out Ederson. Get out of here. All right, let me switch it over to Irate. Irate, which one are you going to go for? Which one are you starting? Which one are you benching? And which is the one you are going to sell in Alabama market? Talk to me, Irate.
Yeah, it's actually a tough choice between all three because all three are legends already at the respective clubs they played for, and they all had an impact on those teams. If I'm to go for one to start, I would go with Peter Cech because, like Kunle mentioned, and I also, for me, I think is the best goalkeeper to have ever played in the Premier League era. The number of clean sheets he had, the way he manned the goalpost for Chelsea in Jose Mourinho's early years, and even when he went to Arsenal, despite having a terrible and shaky defense, he was still helping Arsenal to get points in like the first couple of years he was there. So for me, Peter Cech is the greatest goalkeeper to have graced the Premier League in the Premier League era, and I would be starting him. I would bench Ederson.
Wow.
Ahead of Van der Sar, because for me, Ederson has revolutionized the game, and not just about his goalkeeping skills now, but the number of the way he's able to help Man City keep possession.
Yeah,
I know that Pep struggled with goalkeepers initially when he came in. He had to ditch Joe Hart, and then he brought in Claudio Bravo, and Claudio Bravo was shaking as well. So Not until Ederson came that they really started to win things, and it was comfortable with having a number one in the goalpost for Manchester City going forward.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of titles, trophies, Ederson has won almost everything, but maybe the Club World Cup and the European Super League. And he has been pivotal to every single trophy that Manchester City has won over the years. So for me, I would be going for benching Ederson. For Van der Sar, he's also a legend. He, like you mentioned, played for Fulham, was also great for Man United, won titles with the team. But I think for me, I fancy both Cech and Ederson. Van der Sar.
Oh my God! Wow, that is magic. That is magic for my rate. He doesn't like the goalkeeper from Manchester United. I tell you, it is what it is. All right, that's what I rate. I rate is going to start bench Ederson and sell Van der Sar to Alaba Market. Let me quickly switch over to Margaret, the Iron Lady of ISTV. Talk to me, Margaret. Talk to me. What's your take on this? Which one are you starting? Which one are you going to bench? And which one are you going to sell at Alaba Market? Talk to me.
Well, like Irate actually said, a tough one.
Yeah.
Very tough one first, it's actually very tough because when you look at Van der Sar and Peter Cech, both were among the finest in the world in their prime, and they actually had big impact on the teams that they played for. Despite the fact that Peter Cech has played more games than Van der Sar, he has more clean sheets than Van der Sar also, but I will go for Van der Sar. Not because I'm a Manchester United fan. I have watched Van der Sar play. I've watched both played, and when it comes to versatility and outstanding record, especially in penalty, I give that to Van der Sar ahead of Peter Cech. Peter Cech is good, no doubt, he's very good. But Van der Sar, as we've seen him all the way from Ajax to Juventus, though he didn't really have that. Impact on Juve, probably because of because of the kind of games they play there in Italy. But when it came to Fulham, I think I read that in his first season, he was able to get Fulham out of relegation. Yeah. And then from there, he caught the highs of Man United. In 2005, he came to United, and we have seen what he has done for Man United. So for me, not because, like I said, not because I'm a Man United fan, but I think I would start Van der Sar, bench Cech, and then for Anderson, probably I'll sell him.
Yeah. All right, you can hear from her. She's gonna sell Ederson. I don't know. I don't care. All right, I care, but I don't know. Ederson to Alaba Market. No doubt about it. I'm going to ask this same man again. Robbie, over to you. Which one are you going to start? Which one are you benching? And which one are you selling to this market that we all know? Talk to me, Robbie. Can you hear me loud and clear, Robbie? I think I lost Robbie.
Well, as it is, I think I am going to sell Ederson first, and of course, I would keep my loyalty to the United family quietly. The reason being that these other goalkeepers have actually been amazing during their time for United, and of course, this is not just something you take lightly. For Ederson, I think overall is not more or less what we call the traditional goalkeeper. If you actually look at the two goalkeepers, that is Peter Cech and of course Edwin van der Sar. I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. So for Ederson, is not the traditional goalkeeper like we see in this case for both guys. So hence why, like I said, I will stick with Peter Cech and of course Edwin van der Sar. For Peter Cech, he did amazingly well. He did amazingly well with Chelsea. And of course, for Edwin van der Sar, we all know what he brought to the table as it is. And we all know what he brought to the table as it is, because this is one goalkeeper that won the Champions League with United. For Ederson, yes, he also just won the Champions League. That was a couple of weeks ago. But as it is, I will stick with the enigma, more or less the legends of the Premier League, talking about Edwin van der Sar and, of course, Peter Cech. For Ederson, I won't even sell him at Alaba Market. I will sell him at Mayfair Market right here in Ile-Ife.
Oh my goodness! That's too hard. That's too hard. Come on, don't do that. Stop it.
Sorry. Manchester United. I don't believe it. Please, he's not loyal to Manchester United. Please, Robbie. Please, let's be guided here. Please stick to your Manchester City, okay?
Yes.
Stick to that. You are not loyal. There's nothing like loyalty to Manchester United. Please, please don't come and form loyalty. Please, we won't take it on the show today. Please, thank you.
Robbie, please stick to your city.
All right, City.
Yes, I'll stick to my City. That's why United will finish in 14th place at the end of this season.
Yes, we remain loyal. We remain loyal no matter what.
It has never happened, and it will happen.
All right, let's switch on to the club focus for today. It's going to be on Arsenal FC. I'm talking about the London club right there, Arsenal, which one we are focusing on points today. The talking point today for our club focus is going to be on Arsenal. We want to talk about their next season expectations. I'm going to start with you, Irate. Irate, what do you think about Arsenal going into this next season? Their transfers so far, and what's their expectation? What do you think? Talk to me, Irate. Talk to me.
I think they've actually done good business. I mean, not just with Havertz, but also Timber, who I think is a promising young centre-back. He can also play at DM and also at right-back. Very versatile, strong on the ball, ability to read the game. He's a very, very good defender. I mean, I was able to see him firsthand when Liverpool played Ajax home and away last season. It was very good. So I think he's a great addition to the team. Kai Havertz, not so sure. He didn't have the best of seasons at Chelsea, and even the manager himself has said he's still looking forward to see where Kai Havertz would play. So that will be interesting. But they've also signed Declan Rice, and I feel like they've improved on certain positions, like the defensive midfield. I think Declan Rice, for me, I would have him over Thomas Partey. And also Timber, I'm thinking he's probably going to slot in at right back for Ben White. So for me, they are great additions to the team, and also the fact that they'll be playing in Champions League, they are able to rotate resources and make sure that for every game they have the players with ability to play the game and get results for them. So you can't take anything out from the transfers they've made so far. It's been good. I think they would be there around contesting probably again next season and ultimately make the top four. But the one thing Arteta has done very well is making sure that as they are in the Champions League, they are using that opportunity to get the players they need to remain competitive. I remember Klopp doing the same in his first full season when he got to Liverpool, making sure that you're getting the right players so that you are always there season by season. So for me, their transfer window, like I said, has been very, very good, and I expect them to be challenging for the title next season because they've spent a huge amount of money already. Let's call a spade a spade. So if Arteta cannot challenge again next season for the title, then questions will be asked of him. So with what he has spent, he has no choice but to deliver this time around. So I think not too much pressure, but probably a little pressure on Arteta just to get over the line this time next season.
All right, Kunle, I'm going to switch over to you, Kunle. What do you think about Arsenal as a club focus going to the next season? I'm talking about the next season expectations for Arsenal. Kunle, do you have any contrary opinion about Arsenal going into the next season? Do you have any take?
For me, I don't have any issues with Arsenal for next season because I actually think they are doing very well. They are getting very good players, I mean, and it goes to tell you that they actually want to build on from, where they stopped last season. Because, I mean, like, they were so close to the title, but they didn't get it. So it only makes sense to go for players that can strengthen the team, players that fit into what Mikel Arteta wants and how he wants to set up the team. So I think these are very good players. I mean, these are very young players, promising players, players with prospects, players who still have their best years ahead of them. So I think it's been a very good transfer. It's been a very good transfer window for them. We saw the players they signed last season. We saw the players they signed in January, and now they are making some very, very good transfers. So I think it's going to be a very good one for Arsenal this season. They were competitive last season, and there's expectation that they will carry on from their next season. So I think they are actually getting the right crop of players, and I'm very sure that we should be seeing them turn up and put in some good performances once the season kicks off next month.
All right. Well, that's for Arsenal. I think they see. Do they still have a problem with Declan Rice irate? They've not announced.
I think the deal should be going through today. Unfailingly, I think it should be completed today.
Okay.
And it will be interesting also to see what formation Arteta will be playing next season.
That's the next question I want to ask you, because adding Kai now, I think there was a quote somewhere when he was saying they're still looking for where they want to use him. I'm not sure whether you hear of that.
Yeah, I mean, I read it, which is quite funny from a manager who just spent 65 million on a player.
Yes.
He's saying he's still trying to figure out where he would play. So for me, I think he wants to play him in central midfield alongside Odegaard and Rice. I think he's going to go with Pep's formation from last season, the 3-2-4-1 formation, if I'm correct. So I think that's what he will be trying to play. So for the 3 midfield slots, it will be Rice sitting, then Odegaard and Havertz. I mean, it has its pros and cons. One big con it has is if the midfield is being overrun, can Odegaard and Havertz put in the tackles? Are they able to have that defensive ability to help Rice? I'm not sure Havertz and Odegaard can. So they can easily get overrun in midfield. And also, if you're playing that formation, like I've said several times, Pep used Stones in that formation to good effect. And that's because Stones was playing in 2 roles. Will you have a player dropping in from midfield into center half just to cover that defensive part and form a partnership quickly? So it's a formation that is interesting to play, but there are so many elements to it, and if you don't get it right, you might get beaten. So, but I think that's what Arteta will try to do next season. Probably have Timber, Gabriel, and Saliba as the center halves, and then maybe Partey and Rice in midfield. So, but it will be interesting to see what formation he is going to be using next season.
Yes, all right. Margaret, is there anything you want to add to this Arsenal as our club focus for today? Margaret? I think I lost her there. Margaret, can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me? No.
Yes, I can hear you, Dudon.
Yeah, I just want to. Is there anything you want to chip in into this club focus on Arsenal? What's your own view on Arsenal so far, going to the next season, the expectations?
Well, nothing more. They've said it all. I think Arsenal are actually in for this season. Last season, they saw what they actually do. So I'm sure that they're not going to be a pushover this season. They're meant for business. So absolutely. I'm going to see how Arteta, but like Iris says, my worries is him trying to figure out where he's going to play Kai Havertz. I actually don't know if that's a mind game. He started playing mind games so early, trying to think about where to position him. So let me just take it as a mind game, because as a coach, as a manager, for you to get a player, you already have in mind where you're going to play.
Where you want to
play. You don't just buy a player just because you just want to buy him, just because he's available, but because you already have a plan for him. So I'm just going to take his statement as an early mind game. That's all.
All right. Let's switch on. Let's move on to the next one. Dele Ali open up about childhood trauma. Irate, I want to start off with you with this that came up interview with Gary Neville with Dele Ali. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, it's good that you spoke up because this will help a lot of youngsters out there going through the same situation. So often what we see is, footballers on the pitch putting in performances week after week and turning up for games. But there's also a human side to it. And that is what Dele Ali has talked about here, addiction to sleeping pills. And he said he even considered retiring at the age of 24. So I think now the push has been for clubs to be able to hire like psychotherapists for the players and making sure that they are just in the right frame of mind and they are always motivated to play the game and, just keep in touch with that human side of them. So it's very important. A lot of support has been coming in for Dele Ali, and we salute him for coming out to speak about his trauma and what he went through. So this will help a lot of people out there who are also going through the same to come out and speak about their troubles as well. But from a playing perspective, hopefully he's able to get his career back on track. He was a great player. He was a great player, and he's still 27. So usually at 27, you should still be in your peak years. So let's see if he's able to turn up for Everton this season, if he's going to be part of Sean Dyche's team. And, if he can get his career back on track, that would be very good for him.
Yes. Kunle, is there any opinion you have about Dele Ali that opened up about his when it was a child?
It's very sad to to really hear about that, and what I actually see from it is that these players are human beings. We always seem to have very big expectations about these players. Why? Because they are paid a lot of money. There's so much. But at the end of the day, look, they are human beings just like us. They have feelings, they have emotions, they have what they are going through. And this is one of the reasons why I feel sometimes like, don't go too hard on players. Yes, there are big expectations on them. But sometimes, when you and I know Dele Ali is someone who has, he has gotten a lot of stick for his drop in performance over the years. And it's not really something that has thrilled me. Now, I'm not trying to say that maybe he shouldn't sit up or he shouldn't do better, but this is just a sign that there are actually things these players are battling with. And because of the profile that they have, many of them they stay silent because you would be like, okay, how is it going to be if I come out and say this and all? But it's actually good that a lot of players have been coming out, to talk about their struggles with addiction, mental health issues. Because look, like I've said, they are humans at the end of the day, and they deserve a chance. They deserve a chance to live well. Just because they have money doesn't mean all is going well for them. So it's actually good that he has come out, and like Irate said, he will probably be needing the help of therapists, psychologists, and all of that along the way. And I hope that this will also make him come back better on the pitch, because he's not yet old. How old is he again, please? I know he's not yet. Sorry,
27 or something.
27. So I mean, if for a player he still has like 6. For me, he still has like 5-6 good years, to do something. So I do hope that he comes back better and stronger from this.
All right. Using this to work. Yeah, Margaret.
Can I please quickly second something?
All right.
Okay. All right. When I read through his predicament, what he actually went through, I was just looking at something like this particular. I'm not sure. Okay, let me put it this way. I'm not sure. Is really having this. Why did you have to come out now? he was playing very well under Pochettino. I think that was the best man. That was the best coach that ever managed him.
Yeah.
He was doing pretty well when it came to Tottenham. But after Pochettino left, I think that was where he could not play very well under Mourinho. And we know Mourinho isn't the type of manager that is patient. He's not patient. He's not ready to tell you. He's not ready to groom you. But he wants results. He wants results. And all of that actually bring him down. A player who had been doing well under previous manager, then another one come, wouldn't give him that morale, wouldn't encourage him, but rather was using words telling him, you have to do this. He said, it is you who will do, not someone else. So I don't know, then those words actually, I don't know if probably those words affected him, and then the manager affected him somehow. Also, apart from the whole rape issue, I think his family also did not help him in the matter. I read there was a certain time, that was either last year or so, his father, he had an issue with his father. So they were just trying to reunite with his father. I think something, apart from the club, apart from the fans helping you understanding what these players are going through, families also have to also help out. Because if you don't have a supportive family, there is no way you can do very well in the field. You can't do it. It will actually affect. Him. But still, the guy said, I'm still asking, why did he have to come out now if he's actually having this whole issue? Last year, someone who is having going through all this mess. He met his girlfriend. I don't know if that was his the first woman he actually had. Probably, I think maybe she encouraged him to come out. I actually don't know. He wants to start a new life. But he can only do that if you have a good manager like Pochettino.
Yeah. Well, let me ask. He's welcome to the show. I want you to speak about Dele Alli opening up. With Gary Neville podcast. What's your take about this? Because I've been seeing some comments. People are saying, "Why is it now? He's the one that is doing himself or something like that." People trying to rubbish him, like, "Oh, what I say is his own predicament. I mean, he should just brace up and do well." So, what's your take on this, Ace?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. It's good to be on the show. Apologies for coming in late. Traffic, Lagos and traffic. But the truth is, a lot of people have the opinion on this Dele Alli issue.
Yeah.
And I hope my own opinion will not make me sound like a Grinch, or will not make me sound like someone who is not, or don't tag me like this guy, you're too hard.
Someone who is not sympathetic.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to echo Margaret's thoughts here, because why now? Why do you have to come out now? Because, why now? And, in the recent times that we are, everybody just wants to fall under the umbrella of mental issue, I'm going through mental, I have mental health disorder, blah, blah, blah. Come on. Reading his profile, I felt for him, a guy that, growing up, nobody would ever want to grow up in such a condition. Nobody wish that for anybody. Even in that confession or that one-on-one heart-to-heart talk he had with Gary Neville, there was a time he mentioned that they had to send him back to his home country, his parents. I'm sure it's Nigeria, because Dele Alli is Nigerian, so I'm sure there was a time they sent him here to Nigeria to learn some lesson. And they took him back. This same issue, I'm going to use the stick and the carrot approach. So, okay, a lot of people have gone through this. A lot of stars that we've heard, if you see their background, they've gone through hard times, i.e. in boxing, Anthony Joshua too, from the same roots, the same what he went through, drugs, joined bad gang. They sent him to Nigeria at the time also to come and go back on Ile, and he went back, turned a new leaf. Look at what he is today. He's a $1 million boxing star, 2-time heavyweight champion. Dele Alli started from the lower ebbs of football, MK Dons, got picked by Tottenham, or is it MK Dons? But I know he played in MK Dons then, and his season
it's MK
soared.
Dons.
Yeah, his season soared when Pochettino, and I'm going to echo Margaret's thoughts again. Pochettino brought the best out of him, and when Pochettino left, when Mourinho came, I think that was where everything dipped for Dele Alli. I'm not inside, but you could see when you're playing under a manager who brings out the best in you, you will thrive. But when you're playing under a manager who is not ready, who doesn't have that time, and we know Mourinho, it's no secret, Mourinho does not have that time to start grooming or start mentoring. Mourinho expects you to be ready-made and also do the job. So I think that was where the turn came about in his career. It could be argued. It's my own opinion. I think that was where the whole thing, tumbled, and the people around you too matters. When you're going through hard times, we all go through hard times one way or the other in our careers, in our lives, but the people you surround yourself to matters, because during that period when he was down, who was there for him? Who was helping him out? Who was the one, challenging him? Because in life, like they say, circle of influence, you need to have people around you that will tell you the truth, that will challenge you, and will motivate you. Those three things: people that will tell you the truth, motivate you, and challenge you. If those people are not there in your life, possibly they are the ones that are not there, or they were not there in Dele Alli's life. And it's so difficult for, it's a typical example, Gascoigne. At that time, Paul Gascoigne in England, he was the next thing close to sliced bread. He was the best English player on the surface of planet Earth. And we saw how his career dipped due to lifestyle changes, started drinking, started partying. So at times, these people, another typical example, Mike Tyson, when his dad died, everything went south for him. His career dipped. So this football, this athletes, these sports stars, the people they have around them matter so well. And it's a pity. And I like the way he came out and he said his mind. And I hope his career can take a good turn under the Everton manager, because the Everton manager came out recently and said he was ready to work with Dele Alli again and bring out the best in him. And I hope he comes out, and I hope he comes back better and stronger. But like I said, commiseration, but let me just say, I felt for him, whatever, nobody wished to go through that, what he went through when he was young. But I feel a lot of other people too have went through such and decided to turn the tide and bring out the best in themselves. So the sky is the limit for Dele Alli.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Lastly, Robbie, I'm going to ask you about this. Is there anything you think you want to talk about in regards to Dele Alli issue? I think I lost Robbie there. Let's move forward.
I just want to say something real quick, Didon, about what he said.
All right.
So, honestly, it's easy to probably blame Dele Alli's career stagnation on Mourinho. But let's not forget, even under Pochettino's last season, Dele Alli was not performing. And when Mourinho came in, he had that honest conversation. He was like, I want to see the real Dele Alli. Dele Alli that we've known over the years, that tore Real Madrid apart, that Real Madrid were ready to bid millions of euros for. Where is that Dele Alli? So, it would be easy to just say, his career went down south and he started having mental issues under Mourinho. There are still players that thrived under Mourinho. And also this Mourinho has brought out several young players. If you are good enough, Mourinho will use you. For example, Kurt Zouma, Rafael Varane. So many players Mourinho has brought out. So, I know you also mentioned Mourinho in his speech. I feel like Mourinho has absolutely nothing to do with his trauma. Whatever has happened to his career is self-inflicted. So I just wanted to add that.
All right, that's true. Who is that Kunle? Oh, Margaret.
Done.
Yes.
I understand. I understand what sorry, Margaret. I understand what Irate is trying to say, but the truth is, we are not in Dele Alli's shoes, and possibly from outside we could just speculate or postulate that it could be possibly after or the last year Pochettino was there. Dele Alli was already, going down south. We've seen players that their career really was on the way down, and maybe a manager change possibly could. A typical example, which I know is personal, and it comes home for me, Granit Xhaka. Look at Granit Xhaka. Underneath, he came during Wenger's dying times at Arsenal. Emery took over. Xhaka's career was down already in Arsenal. Already. We even thought he was by the door with his bag. And we saw what Arteta came. When Arteta came in, you could see how then why didn't Xhaka come out and say mental issue? The fans booing, threatening his life. Oh, I'm not going to do this again. But you saw how Xhaka took. For me, that was a silver lining Granit Xhaka took when Arteta came in through the door and said, hey, new slate, start all over again. And the rest is history. So this thing at times, it works and it doesn't work. I understand your opinion. You could say, let's don't put it on Mourinho. But I'm not putting it solely on Mourinho. Possibly, Mourinho could be it and possibly not.
All right, Margaret, you want to say something?
Yes, I don't know, Kule, you said that no one is actually blaming Mourinho here, but I feel that sometimes when a player has that close relationship with a manager and he understands him, probably Pochettino actually understands him and he knew what he was going through, maybe having something, and there was a way he encouraged him in that Tottenham team. And then Mourinho came in, he was expecting the same encouragement. That didn't work out for him. And then that killed the whole thing and all. And then when you look at it, him being a black him being a black player will also have another effect on him, because he'll be scared of, if I'm not doing well, what would these people say? What will the fans get? The fear of booing, the fear of how the fans will see him. All those things actually contributed also to how he played under Mourinho. And even when he went to Everton, we saw that he didn't still do well at Everton, and it was loaned to Bessista. The manager didn't give a, I don't think he actually played him. Probably already seen this guy is not ready to play. And he was not ready. I'm not sure he was ready to come out of this. He was not ready. He actually had that fear. But let's see, now that he has come out, maybe he'll be able to overcome the fear and regain his confidence back.
All right, let's move on to the next one because of our time. I want to start with this. Irate, is this true? Or is he joking? Really? Thiago? He says he's one of the best midfield players he has ever played with.
Thiago
Really?
has played with many wonderful players. Having been part of Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and the Spanish national team. But like you said here, he said he is one of the best. He didn't say he is the best. So there's no reason to
panic.
To read any extra meaning. I think he only said the right thing, in my opinion. If he says Jordan Henderson is one of the best, I mean, maybe not in terms of playing style, maybe more in terms of leadership. I don't think talent-wise you could rate him along the side of Modric and all of these great midfielders. But one thing Henderson gives you on and off the pitch is leadership and organization. And he has been a very important piece in Jurgen Klopp's puzzle to all of them. I don't think there's any title would have won without Jordan Henderson. So he has been a vital cog in that Liverpool team.
Yeah, we can call him a legend now. Am I right?
You don't need to call him. He has been a legend.
I'm not sure he is.
How many years did Thiago played with him? How many years?
Thiago,
is it 2 years, right?
2 seasons, 2 seasons now.
And you're coming out saying he's one of the best.
He's one of the best.
I mean, he will have his reason for saying that actually, but Henderson is already a Liverpool legend, 100%.
Oh,
for me, the way I see Henderson, like you said, he doesn't have the spark of that kind of talented player or that swag, that effigy. I feel he's the type of midfielder that fits into a system. If you took Henderson maybe to another team, you might not see him. So he fitted well into that Jurgen Klopp's system, which for the past 2 years is questionable because Jurgen Klopp's system he has decided not to change, and that system has expired. He needs to come up with a new version.
In fact, I want to delve into this system of Klopp going to next season. Are you confident with his old system, or do you think it's going to be any changes? Though actually we're supposed to talk about Arsenal, but because of what Ace have just raised, what's your take on this going to next season?
Quickly, I've said it so far that with the signings we have made, I don't think it's enough to challenge. Maybe top 4, but challenge for the title, no. I've said it, anything we are doing at Liverpool, as long as Alexander-Arnold is playing as right back, we are not ready. So, as far as I'm concerned, we need to get a right back, and then, yes, the reform can start from there. So, that's all I have to say.
That right back be Irate? Just curious to ask Irate, who is that right back you feel will suit Liverpool?
Which right back?
We have been linked with Pavard. I don't know if he'll be leaving. I think
Benjamin Pavard. Yeah, seriously? You think he would?
I remember vividly well 2 seasons ago. Arnold was one of the best. Liverpool. They were singing his praises. He was one of the best.
Fact that Arnold is a good player. We are only saying.
But what of this guy? What of João Cancelo? Just being curious. João Cancelo.
I wouldn't want another defensive liability. I don't think he's good enough defensively as well. So I would rather have Pavard rather than Cancelo.
Okay.
And Irate said that maybe he didn't actually say he's one of the best midfield. Maybe what he meant was he was one of the maybe it's based on his leadership quality and all that. But Thiago didn't actually say he's one of the best players I've played with. He said best midfield because Henderson, to me, I don't know where I'm going to place him. To me, he's not yet Liverpool. He's not yet Liverpool legend. Fine, he has won everything there is to win with Liverpool. At least I remember him coming from Sunderland. Even when he came in from Sunderland, I remember during that time, it was just Liverpool that went for him. No club didn't really go for
Margaret,
him.
leave Liverpool alone.
So he's just
a Man United fan is not considering our captain to be a Liverpool legend.
Never reach.
To be fair on Jordan Henderson, like I said earlier, he's not that type of player that has us spark off. This is a game player. He's effective. Those kind of utility player. In the ilk of Garba Lawal then in Super Eagles.
Wow.
They come in to do the job. They are not ready to do fancy.
No
come
time
in
for fancy.
Do the job.
Do you know the amount of times Henderson has had to cover for Trent and Salah on the right wing?
On the right wing.
Truth.
So
and the 7 or 8 years he has spent with Liverpool has been worthwhile. And I'm sure he would never regret the decision of joining Liverpool when he was at Sunderland. For me, he has won everything any player would want to win.
Yeah, of course.
So it's
700,000.
700. I go good.
Not be small money.
I tell you, let's move on to the next one to wrap up the show. It's all about World Cup 2026 qualifier. Nigeria's in Group C with Sudan, Benin, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, Lesotho, and Group A. We have Group A. You have Group B. Group A is Egypt, Burkina Faso, Guinea, Bissau, Sierra Leone, Ethiopia, Djibouti, and also Group B, Senegal, Republic of Congo, Mauritania, or Mauritius, Togo, Sudan, South Sudan, and Group D, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Angola, Libya. Wow, so many countries coming up. This is serious. Maurice, this is the first time I've been hearing this country called Maurice. And Group E, also Morocco, Zambia, Congo, Tanzania, Niger, and Etret. I don't know how to pronounce that one. I think Robbie will help me. Robbie's out. Group F, that's CIV, Gabon, Kenya, Gambia, Burundi. And also we have Group G, Group H. Well, these are all the groups for the World Cup qualifier, and we are paying more attention to Group C. Irate, can Nigeria, what do you think? Can Nigeria survive this group? We should be able, or what do you think? We have Sudan, Benin, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, Lesotho.
Honestly, I'm not sure I'm in a good position to answer any questions about Nigeria. But on paper, Nigeria should be able to. The Nigeria we used to know maybe in the early 90s and late 90s. But the Nigeria of now, I won't be shocked if we don't qualify for the World Cup from this group. I think the first 2 spots should be automatic. I'm not sure how this system works. I know it used to be 4 in a group, but now we have about 6. So, I mean, Nigeria, the resources we have, we should be able to qualify from this group. It's not the toughest of groups, in my opinion.
All right. Margaret, what's your opinion on this? Do you think Nigeria, we can survive and we can qualify from this group?
It's actually a tough one, honestly. It's really, really tough, seriously. Because, and for Nigeria to qualify from this group, they will have to. They will have to, apart from Lesotho, apart from the South African team, Benin. Every other one should be like a walkover for Nigeria. But right now, with the way Super Eagles are going, with the way the NFF are running football, it's honestly going to be very difficult for this particular team that we are seeing to qualify from this group. It will only take a miracle, honestly.
All right,
take a miracle for Nigeria to qualify from the group.
All right, what do you think? Can Nigeria qualify from this for this World Cup?
Margaret, miracle, wow. See,
it will take a miracle.
See,
I don't know.
This, come on.
This team are not playing well in the first. They are not playing as a team in the first place. They are just individual bunch of talents who want to impress the European clubs. That is all.
Yeah, I understand, because I understand the dynamics of African football is different from compared to Europe. You know, the last Nations Cup qualifier we played, I don't know. Is it who did we play? Sierra Leone, that they took us to Liberia. You could see the pitch; it's an artificial turf, and you could see the way the Nigerian players were trying to play to avoid injury and all that. So, South Africa, I see, is the only team here that would give us any tough opposition, because Republic of Benin, come on, Zimbabwe, come on, Rwanda, Lesotho, nah. I think we should even deploy, if possible, if that, with the way our Nigerian league is coming up, we should deploy the
home base,
home base Super Eagles to go execute Lesotho away, execute Rwanda away.
Zimbabwe
away. Serious, just take them. But it's just that, our Nigerian league is another kettle of fish entirely. Let's don't go there. But I feel this is a group which we can qualify from. Nigeria and South Africa will be the one. I think it's two teams each from every group. 10. I think they've extended the African teams to 10 for the next World Cup. So Nigeria and South Africa should be able to make this group conveniently and easily.
All right. Kunle, over to you. What's your take on
this? For me, I think maybe we seem to be missing something, except I am wrong. I think Margaret is very right in saying it is going to be a tough group for Nigeria, because these are 9 groups, and let's not forget that the 2026 World Cup is an expanded tournament, 48 teams, and Africa has 9 slots. So I think
it's 9. I thought it was 10. Sorry.
Okay, maybe it is 10. I think that 10th, the 10th
one option of, I think, qualifiers against from another region or something.
From another region, yes, exactly. So in this case, you need to top the group. And look, let's look at it very well. South Africa is tough. Benin is tough. Rwanda is tough. So, this is where it's going to be key, because it's not 2 teams. So I think Margaret is very right. So, this is going to be raised to
Republic of Benin. With all due respect, Republic of Benin.
No, don't say that. They have some very good players.
Please be careful.
Don't underestimate them, please. They are not. Don't try to maybe put them in the category of maybe the Lesothos or. They have professional players. I mean, players who, don't forget that they have players like Steve Moni, who was playing in Huddersfield some years back. And they have is it this Sessegnon? I don't know if it's Stefan Sessegnon or someone from the Sessegnon family. He's still playing for that team. They have some very good players that are there. If you go and check their profiles in Ligue 1, and maybe some of them playing in Switzerland, Belgium, and the likes. So how are they? This is the problem. If you look at Benin like that, they are a small team because they are a small country, they don't have. This is what they are going to use to beat us. Because don't forget, can you remember 2006 World Cup? Can you remember Angola? I'm sure I don't need to remind you. So let us stop underestimating teams. In fact, this is what happened to us in the 2022 World Cup last year. We were all saying, it's Ghana. That Ghana don't have players. Ghana's time has passed. That we have more players. What happened at the end of the day? We didn't qualify for the World Cup. So if you don't take these opponents seriously, I agree with Margaret 100%. They are going to get results over us, and at the end of the day, we will all be throwing out our frustrations. So let them take these things seriously, because it's a real battle here. At least there are more slots for Africa in the World Cup. So we have to grab it this time around, because not going through the World Cup for a second time is going to be catastrophic. We don't want to have to see that again. So,
all right, this is how far we can go today. It is what it is. Please, if you're watching anywhere you're watching this from, this is Intercontinental Sport TV. Every Friday like this, we do this. Going to the next season is going to be very loud. We have so many programs coming on next season. I want to thank you, Irate, for joining us on this one. Thank you so much, Irate.
Thank you, Didon. Thanks for having me.
All right. Enjoy your weekend, bro. And Margaret, one love always. Thanks for showing up. We have to keep praying for Manchester United. Well, Margaret, do you think these people want to sell? Are you sure they want to sell this club, Man U?
Done.
It be like say they don't want to go.
United made me this way. I am angry. I am so angry right now, because by now we would have been talking about new ownership. Would have been talking about maybe changing the jersey to Qatar or whatever. And if you look at from the time they said United want to sell, the Glazers made an announcement they want to sell Man United. If you look at teams that have played football, they've won their leagues, they've signed new players, and United are still on the issue of takeover. So it's getting tiring. It's really, really upsetting. They should let the fans know where they are. If they are not selling, they should let us know, so that we'll give up. We'll just continue as how we were, and then we know it's still the Glazers that are there. It's annoying.
I tell you. All right, thank you on this one, Margaret. One love. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. Kunle, thanks for showing up on this one.
Thanks, boss. Appreciate it.
All right. Welcome. All right, Ease. Before you go, thanks. you have to answer this question quickly, because you couldn't answer the question. I want to clip this. I want to sort this out. I want you to say something about this. Start one and bench one. Would you go for quick one? Is start check bench?
I'll start with the check. I'll start with the check.
All right. Bench.
I'll bench Van der Sar.
and you sell Edison to
Straight up.
Alaba market.
Straight up, man.
All right, thanks so much for joining us on this show. One love.
Thanks for having me, man.
All right. Enjoy your weekend, bro. All right, people. This is how far the Don can go tonight. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Intercontinental Sport TV. Or sometimes if you change it to One ISTV, search us on all our social media handles. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. I tell you, it's One ISTV. Let me put it on the screen. One ISTV is right there. If you want to contact us as well, we have contact at One ISTV. You also can check us our website, which is www.oneistv.com. This is how far I can go tonight. They call me the Don of Sport Entertainment. On to the next one. Enjoy your weekend, people. Bye for now.